You don't come across a gaming-focused smartphone in the mid-range segment, but things are about to change with the POCO F3 GT. You see, POCO has been a mid-range maverick for a while now, but it has done things a little differently this time. The POCO F1 was the choice of gamers on a budget for the kind of performance it offered for the price. With the POCO F3 GT, they're looking to recreate the same formula but with a few gaming additions this time. So is this all about performance or is it a good all-rounder? Stay with me right till the end to find out. Hello everyone, I'm Aditya, you're watching Gadgets 360 and this is the full review of the POCO F3 GT. Let's begin. The POCO F3 GT sports a 6.67-inch AMOLED display with a 120Hz refresh rate. You get Corning Gorilla Glass 5 at the front and the back, which should help the phone withstand daily use. It has a metal frame that gives it a premium look and feel. There is support for HDR10+ and the panel has a 240Hz touch sampling rate which gets bumped up to 480Hz when game mode is enabled. The display has good viewing angles and was bright enough to be visible outdoors. The stereo speakers on the device enhance the video watching experience. You will see something unusual on the right side of this device. The smartphone has two sliders that can be pushed inwards to engage two maglev trigger buttons. These triggers can be used for gaming and they offer good clicky feedback. POCO has also positioned the power button on this side. It is easy to reach and houses the fingerprint scanner which lets you unlock the smartphone. POCO's side-mounted fingerprint scanner was quick and needed only a single tap to unlock the device. Face recognition on the POCO F3 GT was quick as well. The POCO F3 GT weighs 205 grams, which is slightly on the heavier side. It is IP53 rated, which means it is splash resistant. The back panel on the POCO F3 GT includes some elements that might set this device apart from the competition in terms of design. It sports a triple camera setup at the back with a lightning bolt shaped LED flash right next to it, and the camera module has RGB lighting around it. The POCO F3 GT is powered by the MediaTek Dimensity 1200 SoC and is offered in 6GB and 8GB RAM options. I could multitask and load heavy apps without any issues, and the 8GB RAM variant that I had showed absolutely no slowdowns during the review period. I played Battlegrounds Mobile India (BGMI) on the POCO F3 GT and it defaulted to the HD graphics preset and high frame rate. The game was playable at these settings without any lag or stutter. The POCO F3 GT's physical trigger buttons made gaming more engaging, and so did the stereo speakers. I played the game for 20 minutes and noticed a 3% battery drop. The device also got slightly warm to the touch. The POCO F3 GT runs MIUI 12.5 on top of Android 11. Unfortunately, the device comes with a fair number of pre-installed apps. I found a few of these to be spammy, pushing notifications regularly. Apart from this annoyance, I had no issues with the UI and found it easy to use. This smartphone packs in a huge 5065 mAh battery and comes with a 67W fast charger in the box. Battery life on the POCO F3 GT was quite good and the phone lasted me about a day and a half without needing to be plugged in. In our HD video loop test, the POCO F3 GT managed to run for 17 hours and 36 minutes. The triple camera setup that you get on the POCO F3 GT consists of a 64MP primary camera, an 8MP ultra-wide-angle camera and a 2MP macro camera. For selfies, it has a 16MP shooter. Daily shots had decent details, but the F3 GT tends to sharpen them, which makes them look artificial. The dynamic range was acceptable, but not great. With the ultra-wide-angle camera, you capture a much wider field of view, but the image quality isn't as good as the primary sensor, and it's best used for landscape shots. Close-up shots taken with the POCO F3 GT had good detail, and the phone applied a soft depth effect. Similarly, for portraits, edge detection was quite good, and the phone could separate the subject from the background correctly. The macro camera on the POCO F3 GT lets you get close to a subject, but there is a possibility of blocking light with the smartphone if you get too close. Low light camera performance was strictly average. The AI was quick to detect low light and set the camera up accordingly. It boosted brightness in the image artificially, causing reflections to look weird. Photos shot with night mode looked natural. Selfies taken with the POCO F3 GT were crisp, although slightly sharpened. Selfie portraits had good edge detection and the smartphone could detect faces even with masks on. Video recording tops out at 4K 30fps for the primary camera. Footage shot in daylight was stabilized at 4K as well as 1080p. Footage shot in low light had shimmer in the output. The POCO F3 GT is a fresh addition to the POCO F series and offers very good performance for the price. Its big battery and fast charging simply sweeten the deal. The original POCO F1 did not have the best cameras and neither does the POCO F3 GT. In terms of photo quality, it came second in most scenarios when I compared it with the OnePlus Nord 2. If you are looking to play games on your smartphone, the POCO F3 GT can be a good companion. It has physical gaming buttons, stereo speakers, and an AMOLED display with a 120Hz refresh rate. But if you are looking at something that's a good all-rounder, you can check my review of the OnePlus Nord 2 on Gadgets360.com. So that was my review of the POCO F3 GT. Now what do you think about this smartphone? Do let me know that in the comment section down below. And as always, for all things tech, stay tuned to Gadgets360.com.